Do you live in an apartment and are a little bit jealous of those who can decorate outside their home for the holidays? Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to miss out. This project consisted of several smaller projects to bring my vision to light. I found this 4-foot unlit artificial Christmas tree at the Dollar Tree. Next, I used some snow spray to make it look frosty, then allowed it to fully dry. I started by creating a wooden Christmas sign on the back of my fall porch leaner. I created and cut out letter stencils onto vinyl using my Cricut, then applied them to an already stained 12-inch wide by 4-foot long board. Once the 2 coats of acrylic paint were dry, I took the sign outside and created paint splatters over the entire board using more white acrylic paint. My goal was to make this board look aged, like it had been sitting in a workshop for a while before becoming a sign. Lastly, I took some low grit sandpaper to make the letters look aged as well. The next project was to create a large wreath. I found this wreath at the thrift store for under $5. I removed some old wire and ribbon, then laid some pine cones all the way around the wreath. To attach them, I cut a piece of floral wire, wrapped it around the pine cone, twisted the wire, then wrapped the wire around the wreath. Next, I took the wreath outside and used some snow spray to tone down the green and give it a frosted look. Once the snow spray was dry, I attached some small ornaments that I found at the Dollar Tree with floral wire. The final project was to add some garland around my front door. I started by adding some small nails to the trim around my door, but removable hooks could also be used. Then I secured a zip tie in the middle of my 9-foot thrifted garland, threaded a loop of floral wire through the zip tie, and pulled the zip tie tight. I repeated this to the left and right of the center to line up with the corner nails. I hung the garland to the top of the door frame, then secured the sides again with small nails and floral wire. Lastly, it was time to put everything together. I placed the Christmas tree on the left side of the door, then added 3 strands of battery-operated string lights I found at the Dollar Tree to the tree and topped it with a bow I made from wired ribbon. I wrapped the same wired ribbon around the garland as well. Then I hung the wreath on the door, and then on the right side of the door I placed my porch leaner sign, followed by a wooden crate wrapped in ribbon. Then I placed some sticks into the crate along with a painted wooden tree I also found at the Dollar Tree. The final touches were a metal lantern and battery-operated candle from the Dollar Tree, as well as a buffalo check rug. I love how my rustic Christmas apartment door makeover turned out, and I hope that this inspires you to make over your own apartment door this holiday season. Thanks so much for watching Home Talk, and I'll see you next time.
This project starts out with a wire coat hanger, and I am going to take it and I am pulling it downwards, inwards to make it long like this. Now I'm going to take a block of floral foam. I'm using the floral foam you use when you're doing fresh arrangements that holds water. For this project, I'm using some fresh greenery. I just went out back in my woods and cut a big basket full. This project you can do with faux greenery as well. You just use the other kind of floral foam. So I'm going to take this, and I have some zippy ties, and I am going to attach the floral foam to the wire hanger. Right, and I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom of this. Now I'm just going to start adding the greenery to this. This one's a little long. Let me trim it up. I'm going to save the smaller pieces as well to use to fill in. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just poking it into the floral foam. Like I say, you could use faux florals from the craft store and it will come out just as beautiful. Now that I have a few big pieces in, I'm going to start using some of those little smaller branches that I cut off. And it gets pretty cold here in the winter, so my fresh greenery tends to last for a long time outside. I'm going to start adding some different greenery in. I'm just pushing it right into the foam. Right now I have some red berries that I cut in my backyard. I'm just going to stick some berries in here. And I also grabbed some pine cones when I was out. And I'm just going to take some floral wire and just put some near the end so I can hang these on the swag as well. I'm Jennifer Howard from Cottage on Bunker Hill. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and I'll see you next time.
I began by picking up some of these glass fish bowls from Dollar Tree. They come in 2 different sizes at my Dollar Tree. The stickers on the bottom of these were particularly sticky for Dollar Tree, but a quick soak in plain warm water made them slide right off. I took my fish bowls, all washed and dried, outside and used both Krylon clear glitter glass and Rust-Oleum frosted glass spray paints. I tried a couple of different methods, but found the best results by first spraying the inside of the bowls with a very light coat of the frosted glass spray paint, and then, after it dried, a light coat of the glitter glass spray paint. Then I let them dry completely. The next step was to assemble all of my supplies on the front porch. I had 7 lengths of battery-powered fairy lights and a couple of pretty faux evergreen garlands. I placed 1 strand of fairy lights inside each of the bowls and turned them upside down on the glass plates. This way the lights and the batteries are protected from the weather. Next, I wound my garland down and around each of the glowing bowls. These looked pretty good in the daylight, but when the sun set is when they truly looked magical. If you're doing any winter entertaining, these are just the things for greeting guests.
The next time you're at the dollar store, start paying attention to the shape of various drink and food containers and grab 2 of each. Take 2 pink bowls, line the rim with a strong adhesive glue, and press the rims together to create one ball shape. Do the same for the clear fluted bowls. And after removing straws and shovels, glue the rims of the Slurpee cups and the sand pails together as well. Now start having fun experimenting with spray paint. I gave the pink ball a light coat of red spray paint for a translucent look. Then I spray painted the sand pails with a shimmering gold spray paint. The clear ball got a full coat of bright red spray paint, and the Slurpee cups were painted white. However, I didn't think the white had enough punch, so I resprayed the cups a bold purple color. Then I gave them a light overspray of the shimmering gold color. Once you have painted all of the glued containers and they have dried thoroughly, take stock of all the different shapes. Then experiment with various ways to vertically stack the containers. It works best if you start with larger shapes on the bottom and stack smaller shapes on top. Once you have a combination that you like, start to glue the lower pieces together with a strong adhesive glue. Keep working vertically by gluing the middle containers to the bottom and then finally gluing to the top of the stack. I created 2 of these stacks and let the glue dry completely. You can now style your new large-scale holiday finials by placing them on the ground near your front door. Or, if you want more height and placement security, style them in planters with holiday greenery on your porch. I hope this inspired you to turn simple containers from the dollar store into beautiful holiday finials for your front porch.